Coming up on Takedown with Chris Hansen.
What are you nervous about? Because it's for sale.
Hey, how are you? No, you don't want to do this.
This man tries to run from me and the law in Blount County, Alabama.
Get on the ground!
Because he knows how this is all going to go down.
That's good to know.
You just want to go to jail. Dustin, there's something you need to know, and that is I'm Chris Hansen.
I hope you're enjoying this full free episode of Takedown, but there's something else you need to know. Only a small portion of our episodes are on YouTube. There are more than 100 episodes on our streaming service, ad-free and uncensored at watchtrueblu.com. Use the code YouTube24 to watch them all for $2.50 or YouTube Year for $20 off an annual subscription. Also, and this is important, hit the subscribe button below, and we'll see you soon on TruBlu. My latest investigation into potential predators has brought me to Blount County, Alabama, about 45 minutes from Birmingham. Sheriff Mark Moon and his team have been working alongside the GHOST team from the Genesee County, Michigan Sheriff's Office to let it be known that child predators are not welcome in this community.
They get up, they park, they get out, they come to the door.
And then they flee from the door. Then we're gonna.
Or actually, they come inside the house and then somehow they get out.
Then we're going to attempt to apprehend them.
Our cameras are in position at the sprawling sting house, and the chatters are already being propositioned by men looking for sex with underage girls.
Do you know his age?
Hey, we know he's from Aniana.
Antiana.
When you chat with strangers online, you never really know who is on the other end. Because for this scenario, a Blount County detective is posing as the mother of a 15-year-old girl, offering her for sex in exchange for money. He gives me the details of their conversation.
He said, I just saw your post. You're too hot to be real. Are y'all in Hayden? He said, I would love to come and meet y'all. What's the details? He said, I could come see y'all now, but I don't have a whole lot of time. And I asked him if he's into younger girls. He said, how young are we talking? I said, my daughter's 15. He said, oh, damn, I'm not trying to go to jail. How old are you? I said, I'm 38. I'm not trying to go to jail either. He said, do you have a pic of both of y'all? And what are we talking about as her involvement? Just curious. Like, is she watching or participating? I was going to be able to make it today. I just need to leave now, though, probably. I'm in Homewood.
Homewood.
So we said she would definitely be participating while I watch, and I would join later. That's fine. We can wait on you. He said, so basically you just want me to watch, you just want to watch me and her, but what if I'm fat and old and have a small dick? I said, yeah, I just want to get her comfortable, have her in a comfortable place to get some experience, as long as you're clean and gentle. He said, I'm definitely clean. Are y'all at a house? We said, yes. And he asked if it was just us here. And we asked him if he's a cop. We said, you're not a cop, are you? He said, fuck no. Have y'all done this before? The mom said she had, as the mom said, I have, but this is gonna be her first time. We just wanted a good experience. And he asked if we wanted a picture of him with no shirt on, or he asked if we wanted a picture of him with no shirt on. And we said, whatever floats your boat.
And he sent it?
He sent it with...
Do we think that's him, or do we think that's
I don't know. Probably.
We're about to find out.
We said we definitely want her to get fucked first, then the mom will join. He said, yeah, I'm down, but she is 18, right, in quotations. And we said, I've already told you she's 15, LOL. He said, okay, but I'm going to act like you were just kidding and that she's really 18.
I'm just gonna act like...
Yeah, because he put the 18 in quotation marks the first time. And he asked for a pic, we sent it. He said he's not gonna have a ton of time, but he can make it happen. He said, what am I supposed to do? He said he needed to have a game plan, so we asked what kind of game plan. He's just of what I'm supposed to do. Has she ever had an orgasm? Like, do you want me to get her off going down on her first? Told him that she's had sex a few times. And he said, okay, gotcha, I can handle that. I will for sure. I don't have a huge dick, so it'll be fine. There's no chance anybody's going to show up at the house to try to beat my ass or anything, is there?
He says, I don't have
a huge dick, so it'll be fine.
The detective then tells me something alarming. The suspect has actually been doing reconnaissance of the house, making us think that he's closer than he's letting on.
He sent a picture of the house, like a listing of it, and asked, "Is this it?" And I said, "Yes."
So he's got a picture.
He's
of the
probably
house.
pretty close.
He's got to be close, yeah. All right, good.
He said, "I don't know, this makes me nervous as hell."
And the man has every right to be nervous, because waiting for him is a sheriff's office decoy, a detective from Ghost posing as the mother and me. We learn that the man who says he won't hurt the 15-year-old is actually 41-year-old Dustin. Our porch camera picks him up as he drives up to the house in his black Range Rover. Our decoy mom and daughter duo head out to the porch to wait for him.
Oh my God, it's so cold! Oh my God!
Hurry up!
You're cute! Oh my God, baby! Oh, fuck! It's cold as hell. Well, I can't say it's cold as hell, it's just cold.
The hidden cameras placed in the foyer and the kitchen capture the entire exchange.
I'm gonna grab my vape.
All right. Well, we're just watching it and just cleaning it all up. It's for sale if you want to buy it. So.
It's too far out.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, yeah.
Are you sure this is for whose truck?
Well, it's hers. It's Molly. She owns this house. It don't run. So, but I just want to make sure that everything, that you're okay with this and you're going to be just relax with her.
Yes.
She hasn't.
I'm nervous.
What are you nervous about?
What's the camera doing right there?
Because it's for sale. We staged it.
Hey, how are you? No, you don't want to do this because they're going to bring you right back.
Spooked when he spotted one of our cameras and, of course, me, Dustin makes a run for it. And we all know that never turns out well for anyone.
Get on the ground! Take it!
Once he's in cuffs, it's back to the kitchen to answer my questions as to why he thought it was okay to come to this house to have sex with a 15-year-old girl.
I told you, I asked you not to run. Now what happened because you ran? What happened?
They got me pretty good.
They got you pretty good. Now, we could have had this discussion a little easier than what you just went through.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's your name?
Dustin.
And Dustin, how old are you?
41.
41. And what are you doing here today?
I saw the older lady's ad and reached out to her. And then she hit me with a, wondering if I was into younger girls. Said, it sounds like jail time. Blah, blah, blah. I was just really coming for her. But I know it sounds like the other, but I was coming for the other one and I was not.
Well, but here's the thing, Dustin, and that is you chat online with her about the daughter. How old was the daughter?
She said 15.
15.
I thought she was kidding, but I wasn't, that's not even who I reached out to.
I understand that, but the conversation turned to the daughter.
Yeah.
And you acknowledge that the daughter is 15.
Yeah.
You talk about having sex with the daughter.
I said that I wasn't okay with that.
No, that's not what you said. I've got the transcripts right here.
Yeah, I know.
And then you say she's 18, right? As if you want to cover up the fact that she's 15.
Yeah, because that's not cool.
I'm just gonna pretend like she's 18. Even though she's 15. You say that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you talk about how much experience she's had. You say, I don't have a huge dick, so, this? Yeah, you do. I don't have a huge dick, so it'll be fine. You said that, right?
If that's what it says, yeah.
Okay, what did you mean by that, Dustin?
I don't know. I don't have anything to say.
What's that?
I don't have anything to say.
You don't have anything to say? You come over here. How far did you drive today, Dustin?
Not far. I was out this way.
You were out this way. What do you do for a living, Dustin?
In sales.
In sales, and what do you sell?
Commercial products.
Commercial products like what?
Like roofing supplies.
Roofing supplies. And how long you been doing that?
A year.
A year. And how's that going for you?
Great.
Great? You make a good living?
Yep. Just threw it all away.
You just threw it all away. You ask, has she had an orgasm?
I don't know.
Should I get her off going down on her? You talk about the mother watching you have sex with the 15-year-old girl. You ask if this is a setup. Why were you so worried about being a setup?
It's clear I'm an idiot.
It's clear you're an idiot. Have you met underage girls before online, Dustin?
No.
Then why tonight did you decide to do it?
I didn't. That's not what I reached out for.
But that's what you came here for.
Okay.
It's clear from the chats.
Okay.
Right? The crime is committed in the chat.
Okay.
You crossed the line.
I was baited into that.
You weren't baited into anything, sir. You could have not shown up here.
You're right. Yeah.
But you did.
Yeah.
Talking about having oral sex with a 15-year-old girl. Talking about not hurting her because your manhood's not that big. That's what you said. You sent a picture of yourself shirtless. What was that for?
To her mother.
To her mother.
To the older lady.
Knowing that there was a plot afoot for you to have sex with the 15-year-old daughter as well. Right?
I was not going to.
You're not going to. Did you bring condoms?
Yeah.
You did. What does that indicate?
It's not with her.
Not with her. See, I don't buy it, Dustin. I hear that a lot from guys, and you can understand why I'd be skeptical.
Yes, sir.
You have a criminal record, Dustin?
Yes, sir.
You do for what? I'm going to find out.
Yeah, that's fine.
So go ahead.
You can find out.
Well, tell me.
You can find out.
You got an active warrant out right now?
No.
No. You sure?
Yes.
And what's the criminal record for?
It's possession.
Possession of what?
Marijuana.
Marijuana. Anything else?
No.
That's it.
That's it.
And you're telling me that for the first time in your life this evening, you get online and talk about having sex with a teenage girl.
Yes.
And you come over here with condoms in your pocket or in your car?
Yes.
Condoms in your pocket. Did you bring money with you as well?
I have money on me.
You do. And was it your plan to pay the mother to have sex with the daughter?
Oh, they asked me that.
They asked you, I know, but you're here, Dustin. You're here.
Yeah,
You got online, you engaged in a conversation, you broke the law soliciting a child for sex.
I wasn't trying to do that.
You did it. I have the transcripts.
I just go to jail.
I'm sorry?
Just go to jail.
You just want to go to jail. Well, Dustin, there's something you need to know, and that is I'm Chris Hansen.
Yeah, I know who you are.
You know who I am. Have you seen the stories?
Yep.
And what have you thought of the guys who showed up in the stories? Sick. And now you're one of those guys, Dustin. So what does that make you? What does that make you?
Nothing.
I'm sorry?
Nothing.
Nothing? The other guys are sick and you're nothing? Help me out here. What made you think this was okay? Is there anything else you want people to know about this?
No.
Why did you run, Dustin?
Because I made a mistake.
You made a mistake. So you thought running from a situation like this would be a good
I
idea?
knew I shouldn't have been here.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
You thought it was a good idea?
No, I made a mistake.
You made a mistake. So that's 2 mistakes tonight. How many other mistakes like this have you made in the last few years?
None.
None. So you want me to believe this is your very first time?
Yep.
Are you a married fellow?
No.
No. Do you have kids?
Yes.
You do have kids. And how old are those children?
8.
I'm sorry?
8.
8? Just the one?
Yeah.
Boy or girl?
It's a girl.
Girl.
And
if a fellow came over to the house where that child of yours lives, trying to have sex with that child, how would you react?
Terrible.
Terrible. And so why should this situation be any different?
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. All right. What should happen to you?
Should go to jail.
Go to jail. Anything else you want people to know? Okay, Dustin, there's some folks here who are going to want to talk to you.
Yep.
All right.
Where's your wallet? Anything else in your pockets?
While Dustin waits for the deputies to take him to the sheriff's office for further processing, the ramifications of his actions seem to have set in.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. I'm not real certain what those rings are, but I'm pretty certain I don't want to touch them.
Dustin's desires tonight have sent a ripple effect through the Blount County Sheriff's Office as Chief Deputy Brian Witt emotionally explains his connection to Dustin.
Chief, you knew this last man who showed up here.
Yes, sir.
Not only did he know you, he knew your family. Explain how that...
We help with a ministry group on Thursdays in the county, and we get to know the guys, and in some cases we become close with those people, trying to help them, you know,
through their struggles,
right.
Make their life better.
Mm-hmm. So it was strange to see him.
Here's a guy who you thought had battled some demons and come through on the other side,
right.
A winner.
Right.
And here he is at this sting house trying to meet the 15-year-old girl.
Right, correct.
How do you process that?
I'm still trying to process it. You know, I wanted to speak to him while he was here, but I know that's not the correct time right now. But, you know, I'm still trying to process that.
That's got to be so odd. And then to know that, you know, he was exposed to your children.
Right. Yeah, we were in this line of work. It's hard, you know, sometimes you don't want to refer to it, but he was, you know, we got close with a lot of those guys. We get close with them, and he was one of them. And like I said, it's hard to process right now.
You welcome fellas like that into your life, hoping that they'll see the light and lead better lives themselves.
That's correct. And, you know, I wish the best for him. You know, hopefully, you know, this will be a wake-up call for him, and he can get his life turned around. But again, it's a little strange right now.
Yeah, as a lawman, you want to see him face justice for this.
Right,
That's
absolutely.
why you're out here doing the sting operation.
Absolutely.
But as a man of faith, you try to help him.
Right. That's correct. And I hope this is a wake-up call for him. I do want to see him, you know, I want to see justice served, but hopefully this will be what he needs to wake up.
Got to be a strange feeling, though,
Absolutely.
for you.
Absolutely.
Huh?
So it is.
I mean, the fact that somebody like this could end up in a sting operation like this, what does that say about this particular crime?
It could be anybody. You know, you just never know who's on the other end of those chats, who's on the other end of those phone calls, or who's going to show up at these places. So this whole process has been a wake-up call for all of us, I believe. So.
Okay. Chief, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it.
Dustin was charged with electronic solicitation, traveling to meet a child to perform a sexual act, and human trafficking. We'll keep you posted on the case against Dustin. The fact that Dustin, who was known to Sheriff Moon and some of his team, could end up being caught in a sting like this is shocking. But what's even more disturbing is he came from a prominent, well-known family.
Dustin is a man known to some members of your sheriff's office.
Most of the people, at least that were involved in this operation, a lot of the people in the sheriff's office know him. Everybody knows his family very well.
His dad was a prominent member of this community.
That's correct.
Mayor of a small town.
Longtime mayor. Was also a longtime juvenile probation officer for Blount County.
There's a building named after him.
There he is.
And here's his son at 41 years old walking into this house after negotiating with a woman posing as a mother of a 15-year-old girl looking for sex with that child.
It was heartbreaking, to say the least, but also a bit of a revelation. I'll be honest with you, that there was some people after our last operation, Chris, that thought that, you know, you're drawing in people from outside the county, you're not helping any real victims. You know, there were some people that criticized us instead of praising them. Now, don't get me wrong, the majority, the overwhelming majority of people supported it and still support it. But there was a handful of people who said that this was, we're bringing in people from outside the county.
Bringing in outside predators into Blount County.
That's right. And this guy, not only is this guy local, his family is prominent, sweet, precious family. Not just his parents, his father who has now passed away, his mother, his extended family, just precious, precious people. And so it's revealing, it's eye-opening to us as a community that these things are not just happening in our county, they're people that you may not expect.
And here is your chief deputy helping you run this sting operation, and here comes Dustin, the fellow he and his family tried to help.
Yeah, poor Chief Witt, just his heart just sunk, when he realized, too, and we all were, but Chief Witt and his precious family and children, they were close to them because they were really kind of a part of his rehabilitation process. This is just another proof that there's evil out there. Satan is on the attack, and he doesn't choose. He'll go after everybody. Doesn't matter who you are, what kind of family you have, doesn't matter how much money you have. He doesn't care, and he absolutely proved that he can attack anybody in this case.
Dustin has a daughter of his own, which is disturbing enough. But he also dates a woman who's apparently got a 13-year-old daughter.
Correct.
And that's frightening for a lot of different reasons. And by all accounts, the woman he's dating is a professional and a very good human being.
Correct.
A solid member of this community who had no idea her significant other was rooting around doing stuff like this.
That's right. We, like I said, not just his parents, but his extended family, his current situation that he's in now, everybody that he is involved with is just, loved on by the community and very well known amongst the community. It's devastating in itself that anybody would make this kind of decision.
He faces especially severe consequences because of his criminal history.
Correct. Also going back to the Aniah's law that we alluded to earlier is that will not allow him the opportunities to bond as others might. It will increase the opportunity to put a no bond on him to have to stay until he goes to trial. And if he gets convicted of this crime and they try to connect his criminal history, he could be in prison for a very long time.
WatchTruBlu.com is home to the full library of Takedown with Chris Hansen, true crime documentaries, and exclusive investigations.